The vast expanse of space had always beckoned humanity, promising adventure and discovery. But no one could have predicted the events that unfolded on that fateful day when the Zarthonian fleet appeared in Earth's orbit. Commander Elara Voss stood on the bridge of the ISS Horizon, Earth's most advanced space station, as the alien ships materialized seemingly out of nowhere. Their sleek, crystalline structures defied human engineering principles, glowing with an ethereal blue light. All stations report, Elara commanded, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. Communications online, trying to establish contact, Lieutenant Kai Nakamura responded, his fingers flying over the holographic interface. Before they could initiate first contact, a shimmering field enveloped the Earth, extending from the poles to the equator. The Zarthonian ships positioned themselves at strategic points around the planet, maintaining the energy barrier. "Commander, we're cut off from Earth," Kai reported, his voice tinged with disbelief. "All communications are being blocked by the field." Elara's mind raced. This was beyond anything they had prepared for in their first contact scenarios. "Keep trying to establish communication with the alien vessels," she ordered. Days passed, and the situation remained unchanged. The Zarthonian ships made no aggressive moves, but neither did they respond to Earth's attempts at communication. The planet was effectively quarantined, cut off from the rest of the universe. As panic began to spread on the surface, Elara and her crew worked tirelessly to understand the alien technology and find a way to breach the barrier. They analyzed every scrap of data their senses could gather, looking for weaknesses or patterns. It was Dr. Zara Okoi, the station's xenobiologist, who first proposed a theory. "Commander," she said, her eyes alight with realization, "I don't think this is an act of aggression. The field, it's not just keeping us in, it's keeping something out." Elara considered this. "You think they're protecting us?" Zara nodded. "Or protecting the rest of the galaxy from us. Either way, we need to understand why." As if in response to their discussion, a message finally came through their communications array. The alien language was unlike anything they had ever encountered, but the intent was clear. Humanity had been quarantined for the safety of the galaxy. The message explained that humans were deemed too unpredictable, too adaptable, and potentially too dangerous to be allowed free rein in the cosmos. The Zarthonians, self-appointed guardians of galactic peace, had decided to contain humanity until they could determine whether Earth's inhabitants could be trusted. Elara shared this information with Earth's leaders, and a global effort was launched to prove humanity's worth. Scientists, diplomats, and innovators from every nation united in an unprecedented collaboration. "We need to show them who we really are," Elara addressed her crew. "Not just our potential for destruction, but our capacity for creation, for compassion, for growth. We'll find a way to communicate, to understand, and we'll prove that humanity deserves a place among the stars." As the quarantine entered its second week, Elara and her team prepared for their greatest challenge yet, convincing an advanced alien species that humanity was ready to join the galactic community. The fate of Earth and humanity's future among the stars hung in the balance, and the real test was only beginning. As Earth grappled with its cosmic isolation, the crew of the ISS Horizon became humanity's frontline in understanding their celestial wardens. Dr. Zara Okoi led the charge in deciphering the Zarthonian language and culture, working tirelessly to bridge the gap between two vastly different species. "It's fascinating," Zara explained during a briefing, her eyes gleaming with excitement despite the dire circumstances. "Their language isn't just about words. It's about energy patterns, quantum vibrations. They communicate on levels we're only beginning to understand." Commander Elara Voss listened intently, her brow furrowed in concentration. "Can we replicate it? Find a way to speak with them directly?" Zara nodded, a smile playing on her lips. "We're close. Lieutenant Nakamura and I have been working on modifying our quantum entanglement communicator. If we can attune it to the right frequencies, we might be able to establish a real dialogue." As they worked, more information trickled in from the Zarthonians. Their civilization was ancient, spanning millions of years and thousands of galaxies. They had seen countless species rise and fall, some through natural causes, others through their own destructive tendencies. Humanity, it seemed, had caught their attention due to its rapid technological advancement and its paradoxical nature. Humans were capable of both tremendous compassion and horrific violence, of creating breathtaking art and world-ending weapons. "They're afraid of us," Kai realized one day as they pored over the latest transmission. "Not of what we are, but of what we might become." Ilara considered this. Fear often leads to misunderstanding. We need to show them that our potential for good far outweighs any perceived threat. Their breakthrough came unexpectedly. During a routine scan of the quarantine field, they detected a subtle fluctuation. Zora's eyes widened as she analyzed the data. It's them. They're reaching out, trying to connect on a quantum level. With trembling hands, Kai activated their modified communicator. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the air shimmered, and a form coalesced before them. A being of pure energy, its shape constantly shifting yet somehow maintaining a vaguely humanoid appearance. "Greetings, humans of Earth," the being spoke, its voice resonating in their minds rather than their ears. "I am Xanthor, emissary of the Zarthonian Conclave. We have been observing your responses to the quarantine. Your actions intrigue us." Ilara stepped forward, her heart pounding but her voice steady. "We appreciate your willingness to communicate, Xanthor. We understand your concerns, but we ask for the opportunity to prove ourselves worthy of joining the galactic community." Xanthor's form pulsed, a gesture they would come to recognize as contemplation. "Your adaptability is remarkable, but it is also what concerns us. In our experience, species that advance too quickly often bring chaos and destruction in their wake. We acknowledge that our history is not without darkness," Ilara admitted, "but it is through facing our flaws that we grow. Humanity has made great strides in peace, in science, in understanding our place in the universe. We ask not for freedom without responsibility, but for the chance to learn and contribute." The conversation continued for hours, covering topics ranging from philosophy to physics, from art to ethics. The crew of the Horizon found themselves intellectually challenged in ways they had never experienced, their perspectives expanding with each exchange. As the communication drew to a close, Xanthor delivered their decision. "You have given us much to consider. We will confer with the Conclave. In the meantime, we have decided to allow limited cultural exchange. Prepare your people. Representatives from Earth will be permitted to visit a Zarthonian outpost beyond your solar system. This will be your opportunity to demonstrate humanity's readiness for broader galactic interaction." With that, Xanthor's form dissipated, leaving the crew of the Horizon buzzing with excitement and apprehension. They had opened a door, but the real challenge lay ahead. How would humanity present itself to an advanced alien civilization? The fate of Earth's future among the stars would depend on the impressions made during this crucial exchange. As Ilara looked out at the shimmering quarantine field, she felt a mix of hope and determination. "All right, team," she addressed her crew. "We've got a lot of work to do. Let's show the universe what humanity is truly capable of." The news of the upcoming cultural exchange spread across Earth like wildfire, igniting a global fervor of preparation and innovation. Nations that had once been bitter rivals now collaborated, pooling their resources and brightest minds to present the best of humanity to the Zarthonians. At the forefront of this effort was Dr. Aidan Reyes, a brilliant polymath whose work in sustainable energy and environmental restoration had already revolutionized life on Earth. Aidan was tasked with leading the team that would showcase humanity's scientific and technological achievements. "We need to think beyond just impressing them with our tech," Aidan explained during a global briefing. "We need to show them how we're using our knowledge to heal our planet, to improve lives, to reach for the stars not out of conquest, but out of curiosity and a desire to learn." His team worked tirelessly, developing presentations that demonstrated humanity's progress in clean energy, medical breakthroughs, and space exploration. They created holographic displays that showed the transformation of once polluted cities into thriving eco-metropolises and the restoration of endangered ecosystems. Meanwhile, Commander Ilara Voss and her crew on the IS Horizon continued their role as humanity's primary liaison with the Zarthonians. They worked closely with Earth's team to ensure that the presentations would effectively communicate across the vast cultural and technological divide. As the day of the exchange approached, an unexpected problem arose. The Zarthonian outpost was located in an area of space with intense radiation that would be lethal to unprotected humans. The protective suits Earth had developed were not advanced enough to withstand the conditions for the duration of the visit. This challenge sparked a global hackathon, with scientists and engineers worldwide collaborating to find a solution. It was a team of students from a small university in Kenya that provided the breakthrough. Led by a young physicist named Imani Okoro, the team proposed adapting Zarthonian energy field technology, which they had been studying from the quarantine barrier, into personal protective shields. Their design was elegant in its simplicity, yet revolutionary in its application. "We don't need to reinvent the wheel," Imani explained, her eyes shining with excitement. "We just need to learn how to ride the bike they've already built." With the support of Dr. Reyes and the global scientific community, Imani's team refined their design. They worked around the clock, testing and improving their prototypes. Just days before the scheduled exchange, they succeeded in creating a working model. The personal shield generator was a marvel of human ingenuity and alien inspiration. It was compact, efficient, and capable of protecting a human in even the most extreme environments. More importantly, it demonstrated humanity's ability to understand and adapt advanced alien technology in a short period. When presented with the shield generator, Xanthor's energy form pulsed with what the humans had come to recognize as surprise and admiration. "You continue to exceed our expectations," the Zarthonian emissary communicated. "This adaptation of our technology shows not only your intellectual capability, but also your innovative spirit." The day of the exchange arrived, and a carefully selected group of human representatives prepared to embark on the journey to the Zarthonian outpost. Dr. Reyes and Imani were among them, along with artists, philosophers, and diplomats chosen to represent the diversity of human culture and thought. As they boarded the Zarthonian transport vessel, each wearing their personal shield generator, Commander Ilara Voss addressed them from the horizon. "Remember," she said, her voice filled with pride and hope, "you carry with you the dreams and aspirations of all humanity. Show them not just what we can do, but who we are." The transport ship hummed to life, its alien technology beyond anything humans had ever experienced. As it prepared to depart, Aiden looked out at the Earth, shimmering behind the quarantine field. He felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders, but also an overwhelming sense of excitement. "Ready to make history?" Imani asked, her voice trembling slightly with anticipation. Aiden nodded, a smile spreading across his face. "Ready to shape our future among the stars." As the ship accelerated away from Earth, humanity held its collective breath. The next few days would determine whether they would remain isolated or take their first steps into a larger, more wondrous universe than they had ever imagined. The Zarthonian outpost loomed before the human delegation, a sprawling structure of crystalline spires and pulsating energy fields. As they disembarked from the transport vessel, the humans were acutely aware that they were the first of their kind to set foot in this distant part of the galaxy. Dr. Aiden Reyes led the group, his personal shield generator humming softly as it protected him from the intense radiation. Beside him, Imani Okoro's eyes were wide with wonder, taking in every detail of their alien surroundings. They were greeted by a group of Zarthonians, their energy forms shimmering in a dazzling array of colors. Xanthor, now familiar to the humans, stepped forward to make introductions. "Welcome to Outpost Zarthos," Xanthor's thoughts resonated in their minds. We have prepared areas for your presentations and interactions. We are curious to learn more about your species. The first days of the exchange went smoothly. The humans showcased their technological advancements, artistic creations, and philosophical ideas. The Zarthonians, in turn, shared glimpses of their vast knowledge and culture. However, tensions began to rise when discussions turned to more sensitive topics. The Zarthonians expressed concern over humanity's history of conflict and environmental destruction. They questioned whether humans could be trusted with advanced technology given their past actions. During one particularly heated exchange, a Zarthonian elder named Vextala confronted Aiden. "Your species speaks of peace, yet your history is riddled with war. You claim to value life, yet you've driven countless species on your own planet to extinction. How can we trust that you won't bring this destruction to the stars?" Hayden felt the weight of all humanity on his shoulders as he formulated his response. "It's true that our history is not without dark chapters," he began, his voice steady. "But it's precisely because of our mistakes that we've learned and grown. We faced our flaws, and we're actively working to be better." He gestured to Imani, who stepped forward with a holographic display. "This shows the progress we've made in restoring ecosystems, in developing clean energy, in fostering global cooperation. We're not perfect, but we're striving to be better every day." Imani added, "Our adaptability, which you fear, is also our greatest strength. It allows us to recognize our mistakes and change course. We don't just survive, we learn, we improve, we innovate." The Zarthonians conferred among themselves, their energy forms pulsating rapidly. The humans waited anxiously, knowing that the future of their species hung in the balance. Finally, Xanthor addressed them. "Your words are compelling, but words alone are not enough. We require proof of your commitment to peace and responsible development." It was at this moment that an unexpected event changed the course of the negotiations. A distress signal reached the outpost, coming from a nearby system. A young spacefaring species was facing a catastrophic stellar event that threatened to destroy their civilization. The Zarthonians prepared to render aid, but their energy-based forms were not suited for the intense gravitational fields they would encounter. They faced a difficult decision: risk their own kind or allow a species to perish. Aiden saw an opportunity. "Let us help," he proposed. "Our physical forms, protected by the shield technology we developed based on your designs, can withstand the conditions. We have experience in evacuation procedures from our own natural disasters. Let us prove through actions, not just words, that humanity is ready to be a positive force in the galaxy." The Zarthonians were taken aback by this offer. After a brief deliberation, they agreed, but with a warning. "Be aware," as Xanthor cautioned, "that your actions here will greatly influence our final decision regarding humanity's status." As the human team prepared for the rescue mission, Aiden and Imani exchanged a determined look. This was more than just a chance to prove humanity's worth. It was an opportunity to save lives and make a real difference on a galactic scale. "Whatever happens," Aiden said to his team, "let's show the universe the best of what humanity can be." As their ship departed for the imperiled system, the humans felt the weight of their responsibility. They carried with them not just the hopes of Earth, but now the lives of an entire alien civilization. The rescue mission would be the ultimate test of human ingenuity, compassion, and determination, a chance to prove that humanity deserved its place among the stars. As the human delegation raced towards the imperiled alien system, Earth faced its own crisis. The prolonged quarantine had begun to strain global resources and test the limits of international cooperation. Despite the progress made in sustainable technologies, the sudden cutoff from space-based assets and extraterrestrial resources had thrown carefully balanced systems into chaos. On the IS horizon, Commander Ilara Voss received increasingly desperate messages from Earth's leaders. Food shortages were becoming a real concern in some regions, and civil unrest was growing. The pressure to break free of the quarantine was mounting. "We need more time," Ilara argued during a tense video conference with the United Earth Council. The delegation's mission could change everything. If we act rashly now, we could jeopardize all the progress we've made. But not everyone was willing to wait. A coalition of nations, led by the charismatic and controversial General Dmitry Volkov, had been secretly developing a plan to breach the quarantine field. They believed that humanity's best chance lay in asserting its independence, even if it meant risking conflict with the Zarthonians. Unbeknownst to Ilara and her crew, Volkov's team had reverse-engineered aspects of the Zarthonian technology from data gathered by the Horizon. They had constructed a device they believed could disrupt the quarantine field long enough to launch a small fleet of ships. Lieutenant Kai Nakamura was the first to detect the anomaly. "Commander," he called out, his voice tense, "I'm picking up unusual energy readings from the surface. It looks like it can't be." Ilara rushed to his station, her eyes widening as she saw the data. "They're trying to break through the field," she realized, her heart sinking. "Kai, send an emergency broadcast. We need to stop this before." Her words were cut short as a blinding flash erupted from the Earth's surface. A section of the quarantine field flickered and warped, creating a momentary gap. Through this opening, a dozen sleek spacecraft shot out, accelerating rapidly away from Earth. Alarms blared throughout the horizon as the Zarthonian ships surrounding Earth sprang into action. Energy beams lanced out, attempting to contain the escapees without destroying them. "This is Commander Ilara Voss of the ISS Horizon to all Earth vessels," Ilara broadcast, her voice steady despite the chaos. "Stand down immediately. You are endangering not only yourselves, but all of humanity. Return to Earth now." But the ships pressed on, engaging in a deadly dance with the Zarthonian vessels. It was clear that Volkov's team had incorporated alien technology into their ships, allowing them to evade capture far longer than they should have been able to. As the battle unfolded in space, Ilara felt a presence in her mind. It was Ganthor, the Zarthonian emissary, its mental voice filled with a mixture of disappointment and anger. "Is this how humanity chooses to prove itself?" Ganthor's thoughts boomed, "with deception and violence." Ilara's mind raced, knowing that the fate of Earth hung on her response. "Ganthor, please," she pleaded, "this action does not represent all of humanity. Give us a chance to resolve this peacefully." There was a long pause, filled with the distant flashes of the space battle. Finally, Ganthor responded, "You have one chance, Commander. End this conflict without further violence, or the quarantine will become permanent." Ilara nodded grimly, then turned to her crew. "Kai, open a channel to General Volkov's flagship. It's time to remind them what humanity truly stands for." As Ilara prepared to confront Volkov and potentially change the course of human history, she couldn't help but wonder about Aiden, Imani, and the rest of the delegation. Were they succeeding in their mission? And would their efforts be in vain if she couldn't stop this conflict? With a deep breath, she stepped up to face her greatest challenge yet, saving humanity from itself. As chaos unfolded near Earth, the human delegation led by Dr. Aiden Reyes and Imani Okoro was deep in their rescue mission of the endangered alien species. Unaware of the crisis back home, they worked tirelessly alongside Zarthonian coordinators to evacuate the inhabitants of a planet on the brink of destruction. The conditions were harsh, the gravitational forces threatening to tear apart their ships at any moment. But the human team persevered, their determination and ingenuity shining through as they developed on-the-fly solutions to unforeseen challenges. Imani's modified shield generators proved invaluable, allowing the rescue teams to operate in environments that would have been lethal otherwise. Aiden's expertise in crisis management helped coordinate the efforts of multiple alien species, each with their own unique needs and capabilities. As the last transport ship cleared the dying planet's atmosphere, carrying the remnants of a civilization to safety, Aiden received an urgent communication from Earth. His face paled as he learned of the escape attempt and the ultimatum given by the Zarthonians. "We need to get back," he told Imani, his voice tight with worry. Everything we've worked for could be undone if we don't stop this conflict. Back at Earth, Commander Ilara Voss found herself in a tense standoff with General Volkov's fleet. The escaped ships were cornered, but still defiant, their weapons primed and ready. General Volkov, Ilara's voice rang out across the communication channels, "Stand down. You're risking everything we've worked for, everything we hope to become." Volkov's gruff voice replied, "We've been patient long enough, Commander. Humanity wasn't meant to be caged. We're taking our freedom back." Ilara took a deep breath, choosing her next words carefully. "Freedom without wisdom is like a ship without a compass, General. Yes, we have the power to break free, but at what cost? Look around you. See the technology we've barely begun to understand. There's a whole universe of knowledge out there, waiting for us, but we need to prove we're ready for it." There was a long pause. Ilara continued, her voice gaining strength. "The quarantine wasn't just about containing us. It was a challenge. A test to see if we could overcome our worst impulses, to see if we could unite and grow. And we were passing that test, General. Our dedication is out there right now, saving lives, showing the galaxy what humanity is truly capable of." As if on cue, a new voice joined the channel. It was Aiden. "This is Dr. Aiden Reyes reporting in. Our mission was a success. We've saved an entire civilization, working together with species from across the galaxy. General Volkov, the path to our future isn't through conflict. It's through cooperation, innovation, and compassion." The channel fell silent as Volkov considered their words. The tense moments stretched on, broken only by Kai's whispered updates on the standoff. Finally, Volkov's voice returned, softer this time. Perhaps we acted in haste. Commander Voss, Dr. Reyes, what do you propose?" Ilara felt a wave of relief wash over her. "Return to Earth, General. Let's face the Zarthonians together, united as one humanity." As Volkov's fleet began to stand down, Xanthor's presence filled the horizon once more. "You have surprised us yet again, humans," the Zarthonian emissary communicated. "In the face of conflict, you chose words over weapons. You demonstrated wisdom we did not expect." The quarantine field surrounding Earth shimmered and then, to everyone's astonishment, disappeared entirely. Xanthor continued, "We believe you have earned the right to join the galactic community. There is much you can learn from us, but we now see there is also much we can learn from you." In the days that followed, Earth celebrated its new status as a recognized member of the galactic community. The returning delegation was hailed as heroes, their successful rescue mission and diplomatic efforts having paved the way for humanity's acceptance. Aiden, Imani, and Ilara found themselves at the center of a new initiative, the Terran Diplomatic Corps, tasked with fostering relationships with alien civilizations and representing humanity's interests in the galaxy. As they stood together, watching the first official Zarthonian embassy ship land on Earth, Imani turned to her companions. "You know," she said with a smile, "when I was working on those shield generators, I never imagined they'd end up saving an alien civilization." Aiden chuckled, "And I never thought I'd be arguing philosophy with energy beings to save Earth from quarantine. I guess we've all come a long way." Ilara nodded, her eyes fixed on the horizon. "We've taken our first steps into a larger universe. There will be challenges ahead, new wonders to discover, and yes, probably a few more crises to overcome. But if we stay true to the best parts of our nature, our curiosity, our compassion, our determination to improve, I believe humanity will flourish among the stars." As the sun set on this historic day, the three friends stood in comfortable silence, contemplating the incredible journey that had brought them to this moment and the endless possibilities that lay ahead. Humanity had been tested, and they had proven themselves worthy of the cosmos. The greatest adventure in human history was just beginning.